What is up, guys? It is the Sound Alchemist, and I'm joined with
Gersh1.
And today we're back to answer your questions in another episode of For the Greater
WAAAGH. This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. A question, friend of your question, because we get to those questions first. And that is what Timothy Armstrong did. He asks, what is the most peaceful world in the Imperium? Pleasure worlds.
He said world and not worlds, Gersh.
I know, but I mean, every single pleasure world is probably going to be 10 times more peaceful than any, like,
unless it's like a BDSM pleasure world.
Then, well, but that's a different type of
pleasure.
Peace.
Different type of peace.
Yeah, because some people find peace in pain. Yeah, so pleasure worlds are...
So then are orcs always at peace? Because war to them is like pleasure.
That's a good question. That's a philosophical question.
Socrates.
Yeah, I don't know. What was... So, let me go back. Pleasure worlds, that's really where you're going to find people who have retired from the giant war machine that is the Imperium, and they can just, like, indulge in their success. You'll find rogue traders, you'll find high lords, nobles, all this kind of stuff. And really, they're not trying to... There still is assassination attempts and all that kind of stuff, but it's not to the extent of any other planet. Okay. Next question.
Brian with a B. I'm allergic to bees, so I can't answer your question. Do you think the real Fulgrim is still trapped in the painting and his body is now possessed by a demon? Also, what would happen if the painting and Clone Grim had a meeting? No, I think following the lore, it's said that Fulgrim now has his body back. So I'm going to hopefully hope that they stick with that. Because I don't want Fulgrim just being a painting. Like, come on.
Yeah, then the demon, then it just becomes a Primarch demon. Fulgrim is just a greater demon.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's lame.
And what would happen if they met? I'm pretty sure Fulgrim would want to get his body back. Maybe the demon would burn up the painting. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's more of a non-philosophical question. Danny DeVito.
Next question comes from Dr. Monkeyman11. What technology besides true AI does the Imperium forbid or at least frown upon?
Like fleshlights?
Anything that's innovative, anything that's new, the Imperium will frown upon.
Like, whoa, look at that heresy.
Yeah, especially if you came up with it, if you are an engineer and like you're not fixing something that's already a machine, or if you're not somehow twisting its origin to make it seem as if though it's like STC technology or it comes from the Dark Age of technology, then it's going to be bad. Xeno technology, it's bad as well.
Yeah.
He has a second part and says, are there any individuals, rogue tech adepts, radical inquisitors, that experiment with and develop said forbidden technology, or just tech that the Imperium has long forgotten? Mm-hmm. The heretics are known for this. There's a lot of factions. Read the Dark Heresy book. You're gonna find like multiple clans, multiple enclaves that do that. Mm-hmm.
A lot of Mechanicus members also dive into little heretical things, but they're doing it for the good of the Imperium, or the good of Mars. They're doing it for their Omnissiah.
Next question comes from Kusi Maka. Are there any taboos in the Dark Eldar society? Anything that brings forth Slanesh?
Yeah.
So like psychic powers,
demonic incursions.
Yeah, anything like that, yeah. Next question.
Peter Scouten. Who would you choose as your patron chaos god and why? I gotta give it up to my boy Zeech. Because I feel like knowledge is power, and any kind of knowledge that he gives us will be power.
So you're seeking power? Is that what you're saying?
I'm seeking knowledge, which is
knowledge. Yeah.
Also, I feel like his gifts would be more beneficial compared to everybody else's.
Unless they drive you mad.
Which, that's probably the case. Or he'll just use you as like a pawn and discard you whenever necessary.
Like that.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
I agree. Tzeentch is I think the gifts of Tzeentch are better than the gifts of Khorne, Nurgle, or Slaanesh.
I mean, Slaanesh would be a close second because like pleasure is pleasant.
Yeah, but I feel it would be one of those situations where like you feel pleasure, but now you have to go to like extremes to continue to feel that pleasure.
Right.
And that's the worst feeling ever.
The dependency, like knowing you can't get to that extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or having to go further and further, and then you black out, and then you find out that 4 hours went by where you were physically active, but mentally you were gone. That ruins a Saturday. Next question comes from Amber Hangout. Which chapter would win if all the chapters that had a fight to the death at full strength? Give it to Gilliman and his Ultramarines.
I'll give it to Vulcan and his salamanders.
Whoa, Vulcan's not even there yet.
There's one reason why Vulcan will win.
No, well, Amber's Hangout is saying, I'm reluctant to say it to female. Chapter. The reason I said Ultramarines and Gilliman is because the Ultramarines have Gilliman, they have a Primarch. So I think she's referring to
so do the
now.
Salamanders. They have Vulcan.
No, but he's not here.
Where is he?
He's hidden. He's waiting for them to finish the scavenger hunt.
He is. Then Ultramarines. Yeah.
Now let's go back to the other thing. Gilliman running the Ultramarines, Vulcan running the Salamanders. Why do you think the Salamanders would win?
Because Vulcan's perpetual. Do what you want to him. He lives.
That's true.
Vulcan lives.
That's true. No, you're right.
We'll see.
Next question.
That one gun guy. If you could pick 4 chapters to be a Death Watch squad, which would they be?
White Scars, because the White Scar models look awesome. So it'll be 4 chapters in one team, right? Yeah, White Scars, Salamanders, because, representation.
Fire.
Oh. Yeah, that too.
I gotta go with the Imperial Fist because they're good at like bolters and stuff like that.
I wouldn't want an Imperial Fist in my team though.
Why
because not? I feel like the Imperial Fists are good as like a whole. Like they're all about fortification and siege. But as individuals, it's like, what are you gonna do? Build me a Lego block wall?
Yeah. Build the wall, dude.
And then the last 2 would probably be like...
Last 2? We just named 3. Oh wait, you're not including...
No, 4, right?
Yeah.
She said 4.
You're not including the Imperial Fist, so who would be your last 2? We got White Scars,
Raven Guard, and the dragon... what spike ones?
Oh, the Black Dragons?
The Black Dragons. What about you?
Imperial Fists.
Why?
Because they're good at bolters. Have them be like the heavy gunner of the crew. Raven Guard, because again, sneakiness. Blood Angels, because they're good up close with like jump packs and stuff like that. And then the core would have to be a what's that? They're red and blue, Crimson Fists, because Pedro Cantor representation.
Next question comes from Juan G. How fun is it to be an orc? It depends on how long you live. If you live to become a war boss, it's a whole lot of fun.
And if you don't, it's still fun.
No, it's like that thing. It's like, well, I've been a war boss and I've been a boy. And you have more fun as a boy, but you make more teeth as a war boss. That's a quote from The Office. If The Office was in the 40k universe.
That'd be pretty amazing.
Next question.
That one gun guy once again. Which do you think looks better, 30k or 40k armor?
40k. Primaris Marine armor looks way better than the knight looking things, in my opinion.
Hands down for me, 30k. In my opinion, Primaris armor is like, it's like derived from 30k armor. I want to say it was Mark 4. Like if you look at their helmets, it looks almost identical.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what mark, right?
Yeah, but I'll go for Drew.
Next question comes from Alan Huber. Which loyalist Primarch is most likely to eat ass? Edit. Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend?
Asking for a friend?
Ass prince?
Oh, no. Loyalist Primarch to eat ass? I think, Sanguinius.
Why?
He died for the booty.
I gotta go with Crimson Fists.
Why?
Red Fist? You know where it's been.
Gross.
And it's not a Q&A. It's not a For the Greater Wall without DeFool06. He asks, if you guys are orcs, what kind of orc would you be? I always wanted to be a squigga.
That's not an orc.
It's not?
I mean, I guess it's an orcoid.
It's an orcoid.
Yeah, we'll say you're an orcoid. Why? Why a squigga?
Because they're cool. They're like alligator rhinos. And they're like, they could be pretty big or they could be a gargantuan squigga.
How big would you want to be?
A gargantuan squigga. Because then you're basically like war elephants riding into battle. I don't know how good they are. Are they good?
Squiggats?
Yeah.
Probably not. And they're expensive too.
Yeah. I know our buddy gave us, what was it, like a plushy buffalo?
Yeah, he got from like opening a bank account.
Was that really it?
Yeah, because it has the name of the bank on the side. So he's like, happy birthday. I think he like glued a turret on the top of the head. I still have it. It's cool. Like it's a plushie so you can squeeze it. But he wanted me to proxy that as a squigga.
It's a thought that counts.
Yeah, I guess. I would want to be a war boss and I would want to be a bad moon. Because teeth, y'all.
Cast Moonbeam?
Moonbeam. You guys should ask us more questions about D&D. Because D&D is fun. Next question comes from Absbird0. Do you guys eat psilocybin mushrooms? Sometimes. Yeah. Next question.
If that's like stuffed mushrooms, then yeah. Portobello mushrooms?
You know what? Like if I've had some stuffed portobello mushrooms, and sometimes if it's not cooked right, I get sick.
I could see why.
Like headache sick. Like vomiting. Like next question. And last question.
This one's by Were King. I put question in front of my question. He literally did. Could you guys explain Orchimedes? Is he a smart orc that invented the teleporter?
Yeah, basically. So, God School, after leaving Armageddon, he had visions from Gork and Mork, and they were telling him to seek out a better fight. He went, he got beat up in a couple places, and then another vision came to him, and they directed him to Orchimedes, and Orchimedes was the one who was like, I can create teleporters for you, and put them on your rocks. So when you don't even have to like the boys just have to be teleported to the rock that becomes the fortress on the ground, and that's how he's fighting right now on the Octavia sector. All you see is the rocks like flashing green and blue, and then more boys come out, and they're all coming from like out of system. Because when you think of like a Tyranid invasion, you instantly think a Tyranid invasion is not going to have reinforcement, or it's going to be hard to get reinforcement for a Tyranid invasion. But with the orcs, it's just like the ships, the rocks, stay up above. They come to the rocks, and then they get teleported down to the actual battlefield. And that's what's been saving the orcs' butt on the Octarius sector. I'm expecting something. I don't know what to expect. We are smiling. Yes. And those were the questions for today.
As always, don't forget to put question for your questions. We get those questions first. As I was listening to you explain that, I'm like, if you really have no idea what 40k is, you're not gonna know. Like, you're talking about rocks flashing blue, Orcamedes, like Tyrannus, like.
Oh, that is true. I do a really bad job of explaining, like, from the beginning. I assume that you guys have the background knowledge of God School, what he's doing with the visions and all that kind of stuff. So if you guys want me to clarify,
It's gonna take a long time.
yeah, just watch your 40 facts video on God School Magwaraka.
But like in general, like if you have no idea what 40k is and you stumble across one of these Q&As, like we're pretty much talking gibberish to you.
Well, yeah, like when friends say, like, oh, you have a YouTube channel, what do you do? And I show them one of these videos.
They're like, cool.
Yeah, because they don't really know what we're saying.
Yeah.
It's like we're speaking a different language.
Yeah, it's like 40k. Oh, my phone fell. It's like 40k is like very niche. Like, it's hard to like immerse yourself into the whole lore because there's just so much.
Yeah, well, not to mention too that like we are talking about a specific part of already a very small group.
Mm-hmm.
So we are the lore enthusiasts in a group that's probably like not that big in comparison to like video games and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever. Thanks for talking to us, guys. Thanks for listening.
As always, I'm the Sound Alchemist.
Gershwan.
And now I gotta go sleep.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.